Hey everybody, it's James here from the Sawyer Family Reviews channel, bringing you another DC Collectibles animated review. Today we're taking a look at Batman the Animated Series, Zatanna. Let's check her out. Okay, as always, we start with a packaged look at the figure. This is Zatanna from Batman the Animated Series. So we're going to have the dark red highlighting along the bottom. Zatanna, number 25. Sculpted by Irene Matar. We got all her stuff in there behind her. Batman Animated logo along the side there. We've got the Batman Animated image behind, and the flip-flop colors of that on the back. Not much to talk about here. It's the same packaging we've seen 1,000 times. All right, let's check it out. Okay, we've got Zatanna out of the box. First things first, included mini poster, half Batman Animated, half New Batman Adventures. A selection of releases from the line. We're looking at Zatanna here from the episode Zatanna. All right, let's put that over to the side. Next up is her stand. She's got some turnarounds here. I did not see her in the style guide, so I can't give you a comparison there for her, but she's a small enough character that you got all three turnarounds. The stand has a post, which plugs in like so. If I can get the little, there's a little notch thing here, and you plug it in that matches the notch there. She doesn't have a cape or anything, so she's got the sliding style of stand. So it's got two poles that extend through here. They slide back and forth. This opens up. I don't use these stands, but she does need a stand. She's got very small feet and ankles that kind of bend in, which we'll get into when we talk about the figure itself, but she will need a stand. Extra hands. We've got a pair of gripping hands. Now, these look like they're open, but they're actually connected, where the thumb is connected to the fingers, and that's for the included accessory, which is her long wand thing, and this is kind of rubbery and soft, but it would slide in here, and since the hand does not open up, I'm just going to knock all the hands off. It slides in like that, so that way it has a nice grip on it. I already knocked those two hands off. Then we've got a pair of fisted hands. That covers all of the stuff that she comes with for hands. We've already talked about the staff thing. The last accessory she includes, it's not really an accessory so much, it's just a piece of cardboard, but it's the like flyer thing that at the end of the episode she gives to Batman that has an inscription that says, "John, I hate goodbyes to love, Zatanna. P.S. Don't forget to write." And she says John on this because he was going under an alias when he was training as Bruce Wayne as John when he was training with her father, Zatara. Okay, next thing, we'll talk about her height. She stands right at about 5.5 inches at the top of her head, but if you include her hat, which is permanently attached to her head, it's right at 6 inches. The hat does not come off. It's permanently attached there. Here she is next to Batman for a size comparison. So being a female character, she is a bit smaller, but the hat makes her just about as tall as Batman. But the build is right, the height is right. Articulation, let's cover that next. So we've got single jointed knees. They do ratchet, so they're nice and tight. We've got a hip that swivels up to there, swivels back to there, hinges out like that. There's no articulation in the torso area. There's no swivel at the waist. It seems like this is two pieces at the mid-torso, but I can't get any movement there, so I think it's just glued together. And then we've got rotation at the shoulder. You got to kind of pivot them out because she does have sort of a V shape with her shoulders and her chest area. That hinges up to there. They swivel at the elbows. They hinge. And then there's rotation at the wrist where the hands plug in and switch out. Those hinge in and out. She's got a ball-jointed head, but there's not a ton of movement there because she does have this hair sculpt that sort of restricts things from going back too far. She can go down a little bit, back a little bit, side to side, and rotation all around. Okay, the design of the figure. Now, she does have, I'm going to put her back on the stand, she's got this kind of strange thing going on with her ankles where they kind of swoop in. I don't know if you can see that. And I think that's really just trying to capture that Bruce Timm style of ladies. And I think some of the Justice League Unlimited Mattel figures were kind of like that, where they had tiny ankles that were right close to each other. So they're trying to get that shape of the leg like he has. At first I thought maybe mine were bent in from being trapped by a band or something like that. But I looked at the packaged version, and inside the package they're also like that. So she just has ankles that kind of swoop in on the outside. It does really kind of prevent her from standing well on her own, though. She's got these tiny feet. As you can see, I can't even begin to try. She just wants to fall right over. So you definitely need to stand for her, given that she's got such tiny ankles. I put all my figures on stands anyway, but if you were hoping to stand her on her own, it's probably not going to happen. She doesn't have pegs in her feet either to put her in a pegged stand. She's going to flop over if you try and do that. Other than, I mean, it's not really a gripe because that's the way the character sort of looks, and that's the Bruce Timm style. So the sculpting is right. It's a gripe that it can't stand, but you'd have to kind of alter the look of the character to get her to stand. Other than that, the figure itself is awesome in my eyes. I think the painting is just perfect. The colorization's perfect. The sculpt is really good. I love the way this looks. The blending here, where it does have that cut, where the white shirt is over sort of that corset area beneath. Yeah, man, really cool design, really well executed by DC Collectibles. Even the face sculpt, which Zatanna has sort of a thinner upper lip on the show, and they've captured that here too. I feel like her upper lip is kind of thin on the sculpt. Man, really, really cool. I like Zatanna, the character. I was thinking about doing this whole review in reverse. Since, you know, in the comics, her spells are all in reverse. Writing the whole thing out and just saying it all backwards. And then I thought, that's a stupid idea. That's a terrible, dumb idea. Don't even contemplate this idea you've got. Zatanna is awesome. She's a cool figure. It was a really cool episode of the show. I loved seeing the peek at Batman's training, like young Bruce Wayne going to see Zatanna. She's an expensive figure now, though. I think packaged, she's going for like $80, I want to say. So she's not cheap. She's also not a main character. She only had one appearance in the original Batman the Animated Series show. So it's not like you have to have her. She's just in one episode. She's not like a Killer Croc or a Joker or even Harley or something like that. She's just a one and done in this original style. So in that regard, you don't need her, but she is a really cool figure. If you can get her for a good deal, I'd pick her up. All right, that wraps it up on this one. I think next up is the Demon Etrigan 2-pack. And then we've got, I think, 3 more regular carded figures before we move on to Clayface. And that's exciting. If you enjoy the videos, like, subscribe, notify. Leave a comment down below if you want to leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time.